We cooking fajitas tonight, and I got that story time. That's right. Now, when Nola walked into that restaurant, she had tears in her eyes. And it was clear that Marco did exactly what he said he was going to do, because Sage, Dakota, and Capri was all sitting at the table waiting on her. Now, as soon as Nola sat down at that table, Sage confessed. She said, "I'm so sorry. I've been praying for your forgiveness for 10 years. But recently I found out that Mike is the father of my daughter." And she explained that 10 years ago when they was in college, she did cheat on Marco with Mike. And she said that was one mistake that she wished she could take back, and it only happened one time. And right after that, Capri confessed as well. She said, "Nola, I'm sorry. I did do that credit card scam with Mike, but I promise I didn't do it for Mike. I did it for somebody else. But I'm also praying for your forgiveness." Now, during this entire time, Dakota is crying harder than anyone at the table. I mean, she's just out of control with it. But Nola still focuses on Capri. And she says, "Capri, here's the thing. If you're not the mastermind, then who is? Because it's clear that Mike is not smart enough to mastermind something at this level." And before Capri had a chance to answer, Dakota said, "It's me. I'm the mastermind. I'm the one who masterminded the credit card scam with Mike." The whole table was shocked. Nobody knew what to say. And then finally Sage says, "But Dakota, you have one of the most successful hair salons in Miami, Florida. Why would you ever mastermind a credit card scam with Mike?" And then that's when Dakota told everything, from the beginning to the end. See, Dakota was in a long-term 7-year relationship with her boyfriend, Vic. And Vic was over her finances. So although she had one of the most successful hair salons in Miami, Florida, she was bankrupt. Because it's just as much money as she was making, Vic was gambling away, because Vic had a gambling problem. And by the time she realized that Vic had a gambling problem and was gambling her money away, her salon was in debt. So when Dakota realized that her company was $50,000 in debt, that's when she called Nola to ask her to borrow $50,000 so that she can get her company out of debt. And that's when Nola told her, "I don't know, let me ask Mike first and then I'll let you know." So when Nola asks Mike, "Can Dakota borrow $50,000? Mike says absolutely not, because he's tired of her friends using them for money. But what Nola doesn't know is Mike said no because they are bankrupt as well. Because see, by this time Mike is strung out on drugs and Nola doesn't know that yet. So when Mike said no to Nola, he took that as an opportunity to go to Miami and recruit Dakota to get involved in this credit card scam that he thought of. So when Mike went to Miami to recruit Dakota for the credit card scam, Dakota said yeah. Because see, Dakota thought that Nola knew about it. And Mike did that on purpose. Because see, Mike knew that if Nola didn't know about it, Dakota wasn't gonna do it. So now Mike and Dakota is doing this credit card scam and everything is working perfect. But one thing happens. Dakota starts to get cold feet. She starts to feel bad. Because at the end of the day, she's scamming her long-term clients. These are clients that have been coming to her from day one. So she starts to feel bad. And that's when she tells Mike that she don't want to do it anymore. And that's when Mike tells her, "You got to do it." And that's when Dakota said, "Don't worry about it. I'll just talk to Nola." And that's when Mike confessed that Nola doesn't know. And then he also tells Dakota, "If you try to tell Nola, I'll tell her this is your idea." So Dakota goes to the one person she knows she can trust, Capri. And she tells Capri everything that's going on. So now her and Capri come up with a plan to be able to basically get Dakota out of this big mess. But before the plan can happen, Mike gets arrested. Now everything is starting to make sense to everybody except Sage. Because Sage, being the lawyer that she is, she realized that there's something that's missing. So she asked Dakota. She said, "Dakota, one thing I'm not understanding is why Mike never snitched on you? He been snitching on everybody, even lying on people who ain't have nothing to do with this. So why he never told on you?" And that's when Dakota put her head down, started crying, looked up at them and said, "Because I'm still giving him credit card numbers."
Oh no!
Yes, still giving this man credit card numbers. So apparently When Mike went to jail, he realized that he was gonna need money still. So he snitched on everybody except Dakota. And when he got out of jail, he went to Dakota and said, listen, I purposely didn't snitch on you because you still gonna give me credit card numbers. And if you don't, then I am gonna snitch on you and you going to jail. So Dakota has been giving Mike credit card numbers ever since this been going on. The scam has really never stopped. Now at this point, everybody looking at Dakota with disgust. Everybody can't believe it. Everybody except Nola. And Nola sat there with tears running down her face. And she said, ladies, let's not judge Dakota, because I myself had to forgive myself for not knowing the things that only time could teach me. And by doing that, I was able to show myself grace. And now I'm able to extend that same grace to each of you. So Sage, I forgive you. Capri, I forgive you. Dakota, I forgive you, because we have all been a victim of Mike in our own way. And to be honest, the only reason why Mike was able to do what he did is because we were divided. And I refuse to stay divided, because although I don't know if any of you ladies are truly my real friends, I know I got a lot of love for each person that's sitting at this table, and Mike will not be our downfall. So what are we going to do?